Carol says, my son had to distance learn since the end of last year and he loved it, mostly with his math class. But what advice do you have for educators to help keep their students engaged? And how are you doing this with your classes?
Well, I discovered the flipped classroom before I knew what it was, because I did one disastrous PowerPoint online. So what I ended up doing was putting the PowerPoint lectures up on recorded. They can watch them, turning the class into discussion of the PowerPoint. In other words, use the live class period for discussion. That's the reason why, like on this broadcast right now, I like doing interview format, because I found that works better online. And I said, yes, you're responsible for everything in that lecture, especially the text on those slides. You're responsible, so you better look at them. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble with the final exam. I also found that a good online class is 3 times more work, because we had our discussions, but then we also had the discussion board. And I was getting on that almost every night for 15 minutes to an hour and a half to answer the posts of 60 students.
Right.
And they'd get to where they wouldn't post anything, so the TA would remind them, and then I was on it for an hour and a half answering. But it's a ton of work to do it right, because I've talked to other students where their online classes have been absolutely awful. Canned PowerPoint slides read, no professor interaction on the discussion board, on the typed discussion board, and no interaction on Zoom or Microsoft Team or some other platform. I'm not going to say my online class was the best, but I know it certainly wasn't the worst online class, because I have been told, people have told me about the worst ones.
Well, I'm glad you're bringing this up, though, because somebody the other day, I'm a former teacher, and somebody was saying that one person was saying, I feel so bad for the teachers in COVID. This has been so hard for the teachers. And another person said, why does everybody say that? I don't understand that. They've got it easier than everybody else. They're not in the classroom. They're not having to deal with the behavior. They just have to have their lesson plans. And I think you just gave the master class in why it is so hard for teachers, because if they do it right, it's more.
I talked to a 2nd grade teacher 2 weeks ago. And if this program's watched in the future, that would be, during COVID.
Right.
And half her 2nd grade class is not logging in at all.
Yeah.
And she tries to call the parents and they don't answer. Yeah. So half her class is getting no lessons because they haven't even logged into the site. That's atrocious. And that's in a low income area.
Yeah.
And that's a very bad situation.
It is a bad situation. It's not equity. I mean, like, everybody doesn't have the same opportunity. It's horrible. And hopefully we're not going to have to do this that much longer.
Well, a while to get all the vaccines out there.
Yeah. But I agree with you. The teachers should be prioritized for vaccines.
Well, especially younger kids. And if they get vaccine early, they got to get back in that classroom.
Yep, absolutely.
The other thing with the younger kids is they don't spread COVID around as bad as the older ones do. But the younger kids, I mean, I've seen too many kids with autism, addicted to video games, and they don't go anywhere. Then you got to replace the video games with something else, and there's been some successes with replacing them with car mechanics.
That's
3 cases where the kid decided, this is an older teen or young adult, that car mechanics was more interesting than video games. But it had to be introduced slowly, then wean off the video games slowly.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.